go. When you had the answer and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Give it up, give it up, give it away while you were barely aware. You learned that day, cut off so much hardly remained. While you knew that there was still a way. This is your only plan. Oh, now this is your only. Now this is your only plan. Oh, now this is yours. And you're right. You force it to yield. You forge it to the lines. You let your callous be your shield, and everyone will say that it all was finished years ago, but you will stay, and you won't ever let it go. When you had the answer and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Then again you found the answer and you were there alone. You left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. When you had the answer and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Then again you found the answer and you were there alone. You left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. A narrative waste of patches and light. We grew up in the suburbs and we cut all our size. Now just take a look at the so quickly in eyes. You're on the friend, the road bends a bit to the right. A couple more miles and I know we'll arrive. The rolling hills and valleys will leave you alive. Now the people crowd our feet to halt the incline. A little bit more lest we waste our whole lives. We got here in the dark. We took the long way down. Just to find out in somewhere inside this ancient town. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. Just to throw the planet at the first light. And we thought we'd make it alive, or at least we'd give it an honest try. A narrative waste of patches and light. We grew up in the suburbs and we cut all our ties. Now just take a look at the so quickly in eyes. You're on the friend, the road bends a bit to the right. The stones are left here at the beginning of days, and each step that was taken wore a little away. That in of itself, well, it was something to say. A conversation that could last the end of the day. We got here in the dark. We took the long way down. Just to find out in somewhere inside this ancient town. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. Just to throw the planet at the first light. And we thought we'd make it alive, or at least we'd give it an honest try. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. We talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. And we talked about it all night. We thought we'd make it alive. I've been thinking that I can't quite get enough time on the inside of the cycle that you spin with. And even when you lost your hair to shame and so much gone, I stood beside you then and there until the cut was done. And even when I lost myself in all of those tall trees, you took me down, you held me up, you patched my bloody knees. And then when we were older, there were miles between. I conjured you an apparition to show you what we'd seen. The sun, the earth, the wind, the rain, and holding out for change. And all the snow you couldn't let go, you danced atop a train. I'll go wherever you go. 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 I'll go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you, Madeline, who lost the earth, made it out by noon. The sun had shone the earth as well. Her eyes were to have moons. And even when we lost ourselves to something in between, the words we shared are all still there to show us where we'd be. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go.
All right, welcome back to RGL 6's Invite Season 15. This is going to be GlobalClan versus the Mafia. This is week 4A. These two teams, pretty good head-to-head, gonna be close. Gibbler, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really excited for the season of Invite. Only 7 teams this time, but all the teams pretty close together. Aside from, of course, you have your people at the top. You got your Froyo Tech, you got your Witness Gaming, you got your G6, but all the teams in the middle, all relatively competitive. I mean, we got rounding it out this season. Of course, we got Global Clan Ice, Global Clan Regular, the Mafia, and of course Anglerfish. And at least looking at the match results so far, all these teams have kind of been able to take rounds off each other, make it a little bit competitive. So I think it's going to be a very exciting season of Invite, and I think this match is going to be a little bit closer than people might think on paper.
Yeah, I do agree with that. We have seen this season start off with a bang. We have 3 teams that we haven't seen in a while. Witness Gaming and G6, I suppose that's 2 we haven't seen in a while, but Froyo as well in the mix. And we've seen a lot of teams like I feel like none of the teams this season are what you would call the low invite team that's just not going to beat anyone else. Kind of all of these teams are really competitive. Anglerfish as well as the Mafia, and they're coming up against GlobalClan. Before maybe the season started, I would say I would have expected this team to be 4th place, but now it's 4th place, but now it's just not guaranteed at all. Mafia could take them down here.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the Mafia's map pick we have on CP Sultry. It's quite interesting. These 2 teams did play last season on this map, and Global Clan ended up winning that. So, not sure what their other options were off the top of my head, but a little bit surprised to see them pick this, but they must be confident if they decided to go with this one. Of course, Global Clan also picked this map about 2 or 3 times last season. Had a similar-ish roster to what they have right now. Of course, not exactly the same, but yeah, I expect them to be. I don't expect them to be strangers to this map either.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Sultry has been becoming more common and common as the seasons have gone by, either good or bad. Who am I to say? The teams are the ones picking the maps. When I look at these teams on the map and consider the roster, I'm It's kind of interesting because especially the scout combo for the side of GlobalClan is pretty old. Shamu and Pablo, very old players, for lack of a better word. I mean, they played for seasons on seasons back in ESEA as well. The players on Mafia are definitely newer, and this is definitely a scout-focused map. But either way, what do you think about the head-to-head on the classes, Gibbler? Do you think anything really stands out, or they're about the same?
Uh, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, yeah, on paper you have the more recognizable names pretty much across the board on Global Clan, and like I said, most of the players on Mafia more up and coming or only played maybe a couple seasons of Invite. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, it's very easy to be biased towards the older names and be like, oh, older better. But as Mafia got improved last season, coming fifth, almost coming fourth, not always the case.
Mhm. If I had to do a prediction on like classes for the Mafia, I think the player to watch is Slugmundo. I know I said this was a scout favored map, but I feel like Slug could turn up on some of these mids, some of these pushes, and really turn it for their team. Who do you think is like the player to look on for Global Clan, the other side?
I think as always, we got to look at the Demon King himself, Mr. Karma.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Pablo, very aggressive player from what I've seen. I imagine he's gonna make some pretty interesting plays. Especially, I'm curious how he's gonna approach the map because he hasn't really played a season since Sultry's been added. So I think they'll add an interesting wrinkle to it. Of course, Pablo was first banned for match throwing, then was banned for illegal chargebacks on RGL, and then after that was banned for ulting, trying to evade the ban. But he's a free man now, ready to get some work done here.
Wait, throwing, was that in Highlander?
Yeah, I believe that's Highlander, yeah.
Oh, was he on that team that had that heavy, the Putis heavy guy that made that post?
I'm not sure that that's quite possible, though.
Okay, yeah. Pablo, staple of the TF2 community, as you said, hasn't played this map, so gonna look out for that. But I mean, like, I feel like Combo Scout's like, I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I play Soldier, but I feel like Combo Scout, doesn't matter what map you're on, it's the
Yeah,
same
I'm
thing
pretty
every
sure,
time.
is he on combo or flank? Last time I checked, he was on flank, but I'm not sure if that's...
Oh,
Well,
interesting.
we'll have to see. We'll take a gander once the game starts.
Mm-hmm.
I might,
Yeah,
I might be misremembering.
either way, yeah, I feel like as a Soldier main, I get to say Scouts all play the same, so can't be too hard, right? Sure, that is somewhat joking. So we will keep an eye on how Pablo does throughout the match. But I mean, Global Clan. Oh yeah, Mafia picked the map, not Global Clan, so I couldn't say what I was about to. But yeah, nothing else really stands out to me a whole lot on the head-to-head. Obviously, Paul Dog, a lot more experience. Loaf, though, Loaf does stand out to me because he's kind of the only player on Global Clan that's like not been around forever at this point. I guess Dank hasn't been around forever, but he's been around for quite a while.
Yeah, and of course, Loaf has the inside info being on Mafia last season. Now being replaced by Slugmundo and Loaf moving over to Global Clan. So, also another little wrinkle in this. Kind of knows the inside strats if Mafia has anything sneaky on the
Yeah, and I
snap.
believe that change was like a last minute change from what I remember. It was going to be like Rakuso and another name I don't remember, but Loaf just got on. I don't even remember if that was like week 1 or right before week 1, but yeah, that did throw a wrench in the thing.
Yeah, and of course, the only other roster change on Mafia side, at least this season, of course, no longer have Deadly Seed, now have Mr. Raven on Blank Scout, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right. And do you remember if is Deadly Seed playing this season?
He is not. He's on the roster, but he's not playing this season.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say earlier, but I do agree with you saying Sin Karma is the player to watch on the side of Global Clan. Sometimes that player just absolutely destroys the server, and sometimes I feel like in the Fireside Cup, where the grand finals are coming up shortly, there was some rescheduling, but the Fireside Cup grand finals with Froyo versus G6 are upcoming. But in that cup, we saw Sin Karma have some games where he had a bunch of impacts, some games where he didn't have a lot. So I feel like his performance is definitely one of the main things that goes into Global Clan's chance of winning.
I will say the last match I watched of him, he was absolutely cooking on Goalie Wash. I mean, of course, Goalie Wash demo, expect you to put up big numbers, but, put up some very, 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 very big numbers at over 10k damage, about 360 DPM, very few deaths. So, if we see another one of those performances from Sin Karma, it's going to make it very difficult for Mafia to get anything done today, I believe.
Yeah, I do agree. And of course, Gully Wash, though, that is somewhat of a different map. Just
Yep.
so hard. I have not played demo a lot, but like whenever I'm on Gully Wash in like a pug on demo, I'm like, all right, no matter what, if I just shoot big door, like I'll get my logs to look good. So just shoot big door. But like on the other maps, I don't really know what I'm doing on that class.
Yeah, and I do think it's a little bit interesting looking at Sultry. I kind of conceptualize the mids kind of like they're a little bit similar to Goalie Wash mids. Of course, the rest of the map is pretty different, and there's a little bit more space on Sultry, I think. But at least the mid fight does feel a little bit Goalie Wash-esque at times. So not quite sure. I haven't played Sultry in 1 or 2 seasons now, so I'm not sure how the meta might have evolved a little bit. So far, I haven't seen teams doing anything too drastically different from what I seen last time I played, but we'll have to see if these teams got something new as we are finally live starting now, and I'll let you take it off with your Smith.
Oh wow, what honor here. You know, after I hyped it up, I feel like I have to live or die with my prediction. I'm watching Slugmundo. Oh, he's on Pocket. I thought he was on Roamer. Okay, well, yeah, still Slugmundo. Player to watch on Mafia. Gonna be not getting arrowed, but oh, gets arrowed now. Spamming across the bridge as the other side, GlobalClan does some early pressure on the grass side, but Slug's still in here eating a sticky. It's just a minor wrinkle in the plan. He'll get arrowed soon into a nuclear bomb, no doubt. But actually, it's GlobalClan just running forward. I feel like this mid never started with the side of the Mafia. They just got nuked in that corner. Finally, some counter aggression, but Dinko's down. GlobalClan, they just took the entire control of that mid, but oh my god, at the end, Raven gets 2. Raven found 2 frags, but looks like with 1 health, they're just going to be running away here, maybe trying to fight. No, they're back in, around the corner. I think Sin Karma knows what's going on, though. He's all the way back here, but he's getting dived on, hits the Iron Bomber at the end of that. I think that's going to be enough to secure the mid for GlobalClan.
I do like the ambition to recommit there on demo by himself, but I think just a little bit desynchronized. Soldier was just a little bit too far forward in front of the scout. Weren't able to really make that play happen. But yeah, it looked like, at least for the Mafia side, what I saw, it looked like Dinko kind of just got a little bit trapped at the bottom of the ramp in the corner, just pushed into the corner by those soldier bombs and felt pretty easy, just didn't have anywhere to go there from there. But Raven almost made a good comeback, but not able to get enough. Paul Dog taking down Slugmundo, and that's going to be the sack on second. Mafia does have 60% Uber already, but it looks like GlobalClan moving the way they are.
They're in dungeon.
Yeah, walking straight through lower. Uber's a little bit early. Nice split. No point pressure yet. Mafia able to just kind of kite for now. But a lot of damage on this player coming forward. Raven going down quick. That's 2 picks already, looking very dire for Mafia already. That's it. First round for GlobalClan, quick.
Yeah, that down on Slugmundo. So unfortunate there. Maybe in hindsight, you have to say if they had that soldier, maybe could have blocked for Uber. Either way, extremely good play by GlobalClan. As soon as they took mid, they were holding W straight through those points, and they took that clean.
Yeah, and shout out to Raven, living with 1 health, almost salvaging that somehow. That's pretty crazy. But on to the next mid. Just really want to see Mafia, if you're a Mafia fan, not maybe spread out a little bit.
Loaf is just trolling this grass. I mean, feels like they're contained. Mafia's just contained. They have to go lower right, so now they're just stuck in the low ground. But look, now Loaf's in their cheese side on the flank, and Mafia kind of kiting into the low ground just a bit, but they take back onto the high ground, pushing the other side into the Sprog area of Mafia, and they just clean everyone up in there.
Still, for GlobalClan, not able to keep the meta alive that mid, but looks like they do have another mid victory, unless Raven's able to make another miracle happen, taking the 1v1 onto Sin Karma, takes him down. Babu chasing Raven, another scout 1v1, Babu wins a scout MG, and that is finally giving me another mid win for GlobalClan. Not as dominant that.
Yeah, not as dominant, but I feel like the start of the mid just goes the exact way GlobalClan wants it. GlobalClan's had control of the high ground. They had both was on the garden area, and I was on like just watching what was going on. It felt like Mafia just didn't want to deal with Loaf, so they kind of headed into the low ground. From there, it was just GlobalClan's control.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of an odd mid, a little bit different from the previous one. The previous one played almost kind of goalie washish, played on the top left, just played across and bombed across. This one they kind of like rotated onto the low ground. I was playing kind of like Metalworks-ish, but anyway, we have the Uber coming in. 90% on Dinko, a little bit of Uber check right here. Dinko able to live for now, stuck in the corner though, and it's gonna get taken down. Both soldiers died for that on the side of GlobalClan though, and now 3, all projectiles down. Really good comeback and counter salvage for the Mafia here.
Yeah. Oh, but Shamu does get Necro. It looked like that was a George 4-man, but wait, Shamu's just staying in. What a psycho. He's just standing in front of 4 players, wants to maybe take a bite, and the respawners might actually be here in time. These GlobalClan players did so well baiting that out. They baited Slug in. Now they're chasing the players that try to flee. It looks like Nerfu might be making it out in time, but they're not going to be able to hold second anymore. What a great play by Shamu. Really knowing the respawns perfectly to pull that one off.
Yeah, I think that position they had is kind of deceptively hard to punish if you don't have 2 soldiers. Having just the 1 soldier to scout in, Shamu was able to kind of scout the area, see who's in right now, and able to kind of hold that ground, then catch the picks and yeah, turn that around, then turn that into a second. So really big opportunity, and now with Ubrad, gonna have another chance to take another round here early. Able to milk it a little bit this time. Cinder got on the left behind the barrels, goes down. Nerfu trying to buy some time. Decent initial Uber. Bulldog going down very quickly, focused down by the people coming out of spawns. 4 and 4 to deathmatch now. 2 and 3. And then that it looks like Raven able to clean up this fight. Both scouts just focusing down one by one. Then Karma, no mercy for him, and he'll go down as well. Yeah. Just dank on the retreat.
Yeah, it's so close on this retreat, but Scout's not able to chase as the soldier gets here in time. But either way, I mean, it's still full disad. Full disad is full disad. Dank so close to the choke. They're actually pushing in. I don't know if they counted these Ubers well. Dank taking so much damage in Frog. These scouts pushed in, maybe trying to get a soldier in as well. I mean, just pull out the 4-man, I guess. Maybe GlobalClan knows something I don't, but that seems like somewhat of a risky play. They are up around. And now they're going to be losing mid, and they're going to have these spawners denied critically. Shamu and Loaf denied. I think that's going to mean GlobalClan is going to lose this point without getting the force. Mafia is just going to take it in straight through choke. Soldier bombed over. They found Paul Dog, but what can Paul Dog do? Oh, Pablo in forwards. A sniper or maybe Ali gets that frag onto Raven. With that, I think GlobalClan's gonna try to fight a bit. They are in the alley side building their Uber, and look at this. Mafia left. They don't like what they see, and they're just out.
Yeah, big pick by Pablo. They're just stalling the push a little bit, and now able to get their own kind of counter sack in. Now Pablo did, yeah, he was in the forward team backspawn, and Uber comes out, force already. Dank still has the Uber, gonna have a much better Uber here. Mafia could be in trouble on this chase. Dank already going down, gets cleaned up by the sticky. And this is going to be a very good Uber on the side of GlobalClan. And down Danko Negro. Just got to make sure to keep the medic alive. They are a little bit spread out now, as Dank and Loaf kind of moving on a second. But players from Mafia coming back into mid. Unfortunately, not able to kill any of these frags back here on the mid, and they're going to stack up. It looks like probably denied at least half the team.
Yeah. Might deny everyone. Nope, denied half, as you said, but doesn't matter because everyone else just backspawned. Necro on the engineer class. They know what's up. They know it's disad, but it's gonna be Sin Karma probably peeking in for the gun before the Uber. Maybe. No, it looks like taking the safe route is GlobalClan. They won their last Volad push, I believe, so might as well just try it again. It looks like they're queuing up for the dungeon Uber. Gonna be Shamu and probably Sin Karma leading it through. That is what it is. Uber out, checking that left corner. They see the gun by the blue crate down already. No early cap time. Shamu just touching it one little bit, but with this, I think GlobalClan has really good positioning on the high ground. They have complete control over that stair side. It's like Mundo finds Loaf. Heavy weapons guy is out, and to the flank has been killed on the side of GlobalClan. So Mafia want to take this out. Looks like they are already in the right side through alley. Add looking for high bombers. The medic scouts are staring at that skybox, putting their heads to the sky, and here is the bomb coming in, but it's been spotted. And with that, I don't think there's anything blocking the Mafia from taking this point. Looks like there was a backcap attempt, but Demos has that under control.
Yeah, pretty good last hold there. Of course, Mafia does have a little Ubrad. Probably gonna let it even out now that Dank already at 9% can fake call a little bit. And Paul taking down Raven actually here. I think he'll play back here in the Frog, Frog I believe. And still gonna be 4-4. So still gonna be the turn of GlobalClan to send a sack right here.
Yep. And looks like it's going to be maybe through Frog. I see the players over there. This scout, Shamu, took so much damage, but yeah, it is through Frog as Shamu was in cheese, so they kind of baited both doors. And look at this, Nerfu down, and it's just a push. Everyone's in. It looks like Mafia's on the retreat. They're just having to run away. I don't know how they managed to just push Frog and cheese at the same time, and just Mafia, they just had to leave.
Yeah, I mean, they just got others, all their scouts forced off high ground with scouts there, so just easy for GlobalClan to kind of take that position away from them, push them back slowly, especially after they had that pick.
Yeah, very well done. But it's not over yet. We have already seen a successful defense for the side of the Mafia, and now it's even. Pablo, I think, hit a body shot onto Raven earlier. Let's see if they can repeat that. Maybe headshot onto Dinko, body shot onto Dinko. Maybe get the demo or something. Opper through the left. They see the demo, but the demo's behind that little mesh, so you can't exactly shoot through that geometry. And
they're doing something very interesting. They're sending both soldiers to jump over the thing and then spam the gun from over the alleyway thing. Very clever, especially given that not always possible depending on the angle, but sort of working. I mean, the gun's alive now. They have a pyro, Raven on pyro now. It's gonna be kind of hard at this point. Might have to move to a different strategy, but kind of a clever little play there. People use that move for spotting pretty often, but I haven't seen it before for just spamming the gun, which is pretty funny.
Oh, soldiers in on the left spawn, or the right spawn, whatever your perspective is. Other soldiers now spamming the gun. I don't think I like that gun.
Oh, Paul just spams down Necro, kills him.
Yeah, I don't like Gunspot. Seems like it's really easy to punish, and now it's just GlobalClan's game. What else could they want? NG down, they can get the gun down at their leisure, run a sack, but it looks like the sniper, it's having a hard time finding what they want to do. Pablo is just kind of going back and forth, finally on the right side, and it's going to be the combo without the sniper on the left, but they're just not able to get anything. One soldier is enough to deny them completely. This demo, Sin Karma, no, goes down to the window peak. Wow, really smart by that soldier. Other one, Nerfu bombed in through dungeon, trying to punish the rest of the team in lobby, but Shamu is wise to the trick and doesn't let that go any further.
Yeah, I mean, buying pretty good amount of time for the Mafia here. Already burned 2 minutes off the clock. Possibly able to get a round reset, though. Kind of questionable. I mean, do they really want a round reset with how mid's been going so far? Is the question, though. We'll see if they might decide to, be a little bit more aggressive than you normally expect. Or maybe they, have confidence that they've figured the mids out. We'll have to see. Right now, still holding strong. Pablo's still on sniper. Sin Karma's back. So Pablo's time to make something happen now. Once again, Loaf once again, and oh, it just what? Pablo just walked on to 5 stickies and died. So maybe that's part of the plan. I'm not sure, but
Nerfu, or not Nerfu, Loaf just did so much damage onto Dinko. Almost got the sync off, but the pyro, I think, reflected one. If they didn't, then maybe there was a missed rocket. Either way, pretty scary sack attempt. And we have Paul Dog peeking in through dungeon, who just simply spots the pyro. Yeah, the gun's been moved. They decided they didn't like what were. Paul Dog also skyboxed and was allowed to leave after getting skyboxed. Interesting.
We do have Loaf coming up on heavy. Possibly going to go pick the classic, take the trade, have the heavy coming behind, just play the dry fight from there. We've got 40 seconds left. Might as well try. I haven't had any success breaking it so far. We'll see how they manage to get the trade off. I mean, fundamentally, the trade needs to be at least okay for it to be playable. So we'll see what they do here. At the very least, if they can force the brow and maybe force rotation and flood into the other side quickly, then might be able to make something happen that way. But we'll see which way to go. Yep. Well, Grumps would be happy about that. As Uber comes in, Shamu kind of gets pushed away by the Sentry gun, so that's ruined almost instantly. Sin Karma also killed by it. as Med dropped down to try to get the scout, so it ended up being pretty disastrous Uber right there. Of course, they do have the heavy for defense, and as look, Mafia is going to push out, so at the end of the day, missed opportunity, but not the end of the world. As we have GlobalClan going back to the mids, which have been dominating so far.
Yeah, as Giblert said, if you want to play that heavy in the post, the exchange has to be at least okay. That was not at least okay. You lost your demo, your scout. That's Jover from the moment that happened. So yeah, unfortunate for the side of GlobalClan. But you know, Mafia, you don't win the game by winning last defenses, especially when you're down around. So they've got to figure something out, get one of these mids going on the board. I'm on Slugmundo cam again, why not? I'm on it just randomly, but here we are. Oh, it's a high bomb. I picked the right cam, landing into the other team's lower onto Frog, doing so much damage on the scout. Gets the frag on 65 health. I don't know how that's allowed, but it looks like on the rest of the mid, it's going pretty well for Mafia. It seems like it just took control over everything.
Yeah, different role at the time.
Oh, wait, they're back in.
Time, but yeah, 4-4 right now. Of course, Sinkarm not even close. It's gonna be kind of hard to fight this. Now, I mean, but Nerfu getting caught out just a little bit too close, and now they're in a really bad spot. Loaf behind, able to get this pinch possibly. See if he's gonna go for the chase. Looks like Will goes through Boiler. Force comes out though, at the same time. Loaf kind of in an awkward spot. See if he can make his way out to Frog, and he will be able to make some quick moves. And yeah, another good cleanup. Shamu and Mr. Sinkarma there. I mean, the mid looked a lot better, a little bit unorthodox. I haven't seen the choke rollout too often, but ended up working pretty well. It just looks like on less mids in particular, looks like Mafia almost a little bit too spread out now. I mean, it just seems like completely separate fights are happening on opposite sides of the mid. And, you know, kind of won their individual DM fights almost, but then really good repush by GlobalClan. Nerfu just really in a bad spot getting caught out there, focused down very quickly by the players re-entering, and then from there it was all GlobalClan.
Yeah, GlobalClan said we're not going to respect that mid win. They could have said we're going to respect it, but GlobalClan felt themselves and said we're just going straight back in, and they won that fight. And now they are Ubering into an even situation by popping their Uber immediately, and they are to not get any point, and unfortunately they just have to run at this point. I don't see anything left to fight for. Sinkarm is down. Loaf is down. I'm not sure if there was a miscount situation there or something, but either way, it's not going to be going the way of GlobalClan. Although, Mafia, they have a choice of trying to push out. They got to go quick before these respawners show up. They're getting stuffed in alley, but Paul Dog does go down, so it's still going the way of Mafia. Dank is trying to leave through Frog, almost gets cut off, but seems to make it out in time.
Nerfu also drawing some ice on mid. Pretty clean push overall by the Mafia here. The Knight 2 should be able to get him pretty cleanly. Slugmundo blows up a little bit quickly. Those, yeah, with respawn coming, I don't think they'll be able to fight after losing Slug there. So back to second it is. Once again, pretty much even Ubers.
Yeah, Shamu, though, takes matters into their own hands. We have the Spy class. Let's see if they're on the Dead Ringer on accident, because that'd be pretty funny. No, they're on full stock in Viz Watch. And we see the pressure play happening by the side of
huge error by Dank, saving Sinkarma. Got pintled straight up in the air. Took a ton of damage, but Dank gets a little arrow shot. Able to save him there. Could have been a big pick, especially since I already have a Spy.
Definitely. Oh, cloaked. Oh, they're on the medic. They're on the medic. They get it on the side. Shamu takes down Dinko. Oh, complete disaster. Let's see if their Uber's happening fast. It looks like they're taking it methodically and slowly, but Loaf actually goes down, and they get the Force. They got the Force in Frog. They just sent everyone into Frog. Two-man for that Force. I mean, that's best case scenario. They sent two. They got the Force and took down two.
Yep, and with the spawn times and the fact they have a Spy already, doesn't look like GlobalClan really going to be able to do much with it. Necro behind, though, yeah, actually loses the 1v1. And we were able to slow him down with the revolver there. So a lot of opportunities for the GlobalClan to kind of spamming this gun, take space, maybe get roll this into another pick. Sinkarma all by himself though in the alleyway pretty much. Just completely disrespecting Nerfu there. Some damage, able to live. And now Loaf getting super skyboxed by the level 1. Actually lives somehow with pretty much 1 health. Bomb onto this right side, Paul Duck. It's a little mini air shot on your roof, cleaning cam up. But once again, Shamu coming up on, this time Shamu on Sniper. And take a little peek from the right. I don't know if they know he's on Sniper yet. Oh, and he takes down Dinko. That's 3 picks, just snowballing the picks one by one. Great stuff. That's going to be another round on the board for GlobalClan.
Shamu, I mean, that's just... what else do you call it besides Shamu's round? Goes Spy, drops the medic, goes Sniper, drops the medic. What can this guy do that doesn't work? Nothing. Everything works when it's in Shamu's hands. Yeah, I mean, Mafia, they gotta tighten it up. They can't keep letting these things get into their game and destroy it.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that's just really great team pressure. Just using that single pick to really just pressure every doorway, make those opportunities happen, just kind of snowballing that one by one. Really great stuff by GlobalClan right there.
This mid, it looks like it's going to be a soldier bomb starting off by Loaf. No, that's Paul Dog. Loaf is the second one going in, but on the other side, cycle bombs for both teams. They're doing these cycle fade bombs, and they find nothing. It's just low ground presence for the Mafia, but GlobalClan has high ground, and last time I checked, high ground's good. These scouts are oppressive on the high ground, but Pablo actually trades it down. It did not go completely the side of GlobalClan, but yes, they do get Necro, definitely heading in that direction. Sin Karma doing a sticky bomb jump and immediately going down. Raven gets a 2k. Sin Karma maybe overheating there as this fight has turned into a really, really close one. Shamu on 12, Dank full health, but maybe the medic heal advantage is enough to hold this one.
Yeah, another really close mid actually, but that time it did look like Mafia was much more together than they usually were. Worked out pretty well, but ended up actually more like the first mid, where they kind of just got trapped in the corner, especially with the Loaf, kind of going around, able to pinch the Frog there, then perfect timing, Paul Dog coming in at the same time, able to get the mid there and win the mid off that. They got push in. Slug able to just kind of get the push by himself, didn't have a whole lot of help there, but able to get it nonetheless. Maybe just a little bit floppy on side of GlobalClan. Probably was almost a free push. Do they even care though? They got both soldiers. Nothing to really complain about there. Got the gun already. Yeah, and just now it's collapsed one by one. Just Damus here, not able to do a whole lot here, and that's going to be another quick round on the board for GlobalClan. If I remember correctly, I mean, this is kind of what we saw when GlobalClan played Anglerfish and started out a little bit slow, down 2-0, but just kind of after they started coming back, just rattled off round after round after round, really showed why they're the experienced team here.
Yeah, that is kind of what it feels like. It feels like nothing... I mean, but at the same time, I don't know why Mafia keeps doing this low ground mid. I feel like that's where everything starts going wrong. They've got to fix their mids. Who's Cam? I mean, we got to give some love to the side of GlobalClan on these mids. I'm watching Shamu here, just winger jumping around the map, and it looks like the other side is doing a way more aggressive mid. Shamu under pressure here, diving onto Garden, not able to find a soldier though. Paul Dog found a frag onto Necro, so I feel like Shamu, they just have to play the Overwatch scout, play for the soldier bombs, make sure no one lands. Shamu finds Nerfu, and with that, it feels like the mid's just been won, but actually Shamu's not letting up the gas. They're chasing through Cheese, trying to chase into Shutter. It looks like getting on the medic. They see the scout taking the fight in Shutter. Oh my god, Shamu doesn't get kill credit for that. Pablo does, but gets the credit onto Dinko.
Really great aggression there. Just, I think if Mafia left maybe just like 1 second sooner, and I think they had the opportunity to do just that 1 second overstay at this level of play ends up being, you know, the difference between, you know, just holding second, everything's fine, and now potentially getting mid last once again.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Yeah, exactly. It just looks so good, and then the mid just falls apart. Everything falls apart. And this time, it wasn't just one player going ham. It wasn't just Shamu on Spy, Shamu on Sniper. This was a team chase to destroy the Mafia. GlobalClan, they do seem like they are going to possibly be the 4th place team this season, or maybe even playing for more in playoffs. We will have to see, because they are putting up such a show here. Let's see if they can convert out this last as they stack in the alley side. Going to be doing a Sin Karma demo bomb through the left side, landing onto the point. They see the sentry gun, gets taken down after a bit of a delay, but look at this aggression. They have traps on the right spawn, but Necro just gets on Sin, takes it down, and Mafia, they defend, it looks like.
Yeah, so far it's been kind of difficult to push. It just looks like Mafia have been able to scatter, kind of just rotate through the spawns for free, and then the heavy comes out the other side. Just once the heavy kind of gets out the other side, they're able to regroup there. Just not a whole lot they can do. Just really unable to find that early pick on the Ubers, and not able to really get quite the early captain they want. Really force a pick to come to the point. I think that well, let's see what happens on the next last push. But for now, we have Uber Ad on the side of the Mafia walking in the mid. Gotta watch out for Shamu in the port spawn. Not a great angle on this map, as long as you have Slug on Shamu. He's not gonna be able to do anything. I don't think he's still staying in there though. Might take another shot. No one's watching it right now. Okay, he does finally backspawn. And that's gonna be 2 down on the side of GlobalClan, 2 down on the side of the Mafia. Able to take the mid. Probably not gonna be able to do a whole lot after that.
Yeah, and it seems like it's gonna end up evens, as you mentioned. On second is the side of GlobalClan. Necro takes a page out of Shabu's book, spawns on the spy class. Are they checking off classes? They are absolutely not. They have walked out of spawn. They don't have the Dead Ringer, so not gonna see a funny moment there. We're gonna have to see how the pressure play goes down. And Shamu typing in chat, Shpee? How? What happened? Did this player get bumped or something?
I think somebody was in spawn and did the spy check.
Oh.
But I saw someone switch off plus. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. So. Or,
Well,
if they didn't, then maybe they just typed spy randomly in chat and it's like, oh man, they got us. Who knows? We'll have to check the replay for that. Nonetheless, I mean, this second is kind of hard to sack into in my experience. Let's see, the sec's gonna get nothing out of calling it now. Surprise. Look, going for the counter. Actually able to kind of get around, but I think the Raven is a little bit aware of the choke being open. And yeah, not a whole lot gonna happen right there. We have 2 picks actually, so GlobalClan able to see if they can try to get in here, maybe try to take this little bit of a drive push. Blood kind of playing this off angle, holding the one-on-one, yeah, and not gonna be a whole lot happening, just too much high ground on the side of the Mafia. GlobalClan able to keep everyone alive, and this time Loop coming up on Spy. Let me check if he's, yeah, looks like he's just checking the classes this time, and yeah, he's gonna come back up on Soldier.
Bulldog taken down, hiding in the funny corner in Cheese. And with that, Mafia seems like they want to do something. I think it's going to be a Nerfu bomb through Choke as they pressure the side of Cheese. No, it's going to be Nerfu through Frog with the flank play. As the other flank goes through Cheese, or the combo goes through Cheese, the flank goes through Frog. Nerfu getting onto the medic, but gets immediately exploded. Slug down, Nerfu down. Necro finds a frag onto Sin Karma, and Force comes off, but 3 for the Force and Demo. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but I think they're going to get punished for it, as GlobalClan is relentless. They're sending their soldiers in, their scouts in. They have complete control over this point, and I think they're going to just take mid, probably. Maybe try to get a Force, maybe do something like a flank play.
They had really good spawns on the side of Mafia, so able to kind of contest this, as well as no Sin Karma traps to worry about. They can just flood in. You might be able to punish GlobalClan right here. The Uber comes out, take down Paul Dog, take down Shamu.
Oh.
Unfortunately for them, the do have Scout with them. Oh, Deimos over chasing a little, kind of leading the fast break by himself there. Just gets focused down, but the spawners coming to shutter. Oh, Slug with a huge direct, taking down Dank.
Back
Big
cap.
pinch by there. But as you said, it might not even matter as Loop's just like, okay, just solo cap the point by myself.
Yeah.
The control point is
I mean, man, that's heartbreaking for Mafia. You play so well, and then, I mean, it literally just gets rug pulled out from under you. They do, I mean, not completely. They still have ad, but, like, the other team hasn't been shot back to the last end of the fight. Loaf is pinching from behind, doing so much damage on point, and Shamu goes down, but Loaf is just causing mayhem on the other side of things. I think GlobalClan's going to keep up this fight. Sin Karma's walking all the way in through Choke as the scout Pablo follows it up, and it looks like Mafia, they just can't retain any of the advantages they get. Just have to back up out of mid. Oh, GlobalClan, though, actually being respectful of the ad. GlobalClan giving perhaps a chance to Mafia by backing up.
Yeah, that's almost. I'll hold that thought. Now, Uber comes out. Deimos not able to get a whole lot here. Probably just gonna be a classic leapfrog situation. But you know, when you're taking second, not a terrible place to be in. You know, you put the other team in kind of a interesting spot where it's like, you know, that they might want to push out. But also gives you a lot of opportunities. If something goes wrong on that push, could just turn that into a round win for yourself. On the other hand, you know, if they decide to just wait out, like just put it on last, also completely okay for you. So not a bad trade to make. And does look like no total right here. I think Karma's skybox once again, and Leapfrog will come. Will they be able to get anything? Doesn't look like much. We have actually Slug Mundo and Necro going to last. One soldier on it. Oh, Paul Doc gets the mid-to-mid air shot. Necro going to call it off as people come back for GlobalClan, and everyone's going to fall pretty much. Half the team's going to fall for Mafia right there. And good attempt there on the back gap, but Paul Dog winning the superhero fight in the air there.
Yeah, we've got... Oh, Soldier just walks into... Okay, he just walked into Cheese, took down... Crawled on the flank through Choke or Frog or something. Bombed in, Raven down. Dinko, just had players just disappear in front of their eyes back to back. That has to be terrifying to witness. And we are probably going to be entering overtime soon, so we're not out of this match yet. It does keep going on. We see Mafia fighting with their ad, bringing their scouts up the high ground, maybe trying to take an Uber across point, sending their soldiers onto that little awning. But, oh, Uber does come out. They're trying to chase it down. I'm not sure if they're going to get anything. Rocket onto the medic tank, surfed out perfectly, though. They find Paul Dog. Players pushing in. Cheese on the other side do find Dinko. I think Mafia... It just wasn't enough. They don't have their medic anymore. Dank is safe. Feels like it's not going their way anymore. Even with this flank play, even though they have taken down 3, actually hold that thought. How did they get 3 there?
It looks like just kind of, spreading out, able to punish the people away from the beam right there, while they're a little bit separated, getting re-healed in that choke. Now, bomb onto Sin Karma. They're like so low, but Necro not able to get around. Sin Karma be able to kind of play around the terrain there a little bit. Though there could have been a huge pick, but now it's going to be 2 down, pretty much a free mid. Or GlobalClan to walk back in as long as nobody gets dies a drop or something crazy here. Yeah, Sin Karma just going to make space himself, bomb all the way through. Everyone for Mafia in front. Sin Karma really, really out here. Gonna reconnect with the team. Oh, but so much damage. Just Slug able to bomb onto the combo there. Just able to kill Sin Karma before he was able to get healed back up. Now, really, 2 soldiers in a tight space versus a scout. Not the fight you want to take ideally. And they're going to go down there.
All dogs behind.
These pinches have been really good for GlobalClan. Yeah, both soldiers coming in almost perfectly on time, and the Uber comes out. Have to lose both soldiers for it. Not the worst Uber for Mafia at the end of the day, but they do get the force and flood into mid. And, I think GlobalClan should be on their feet here.
Yeah, Sin Karma hit a super good pipe onto Raven, but not able to close out that frag. Not quite able to put that one in the frag video, though. It was a really good shot. Paul Dog Spy, maybe checking off classes, maybe committing. They are committing. Paul Dog is on Cloak and Dagger Vintage, if anyone cared to know, so we'll have to see what happens. This is definitely an off-timing spy play. Definitely an off-timing because it seems like Dank has a slight Uber advantage. With a slight ad, you always have to wonder, maybe the other team will just push in with their slight ad. You don't really think that they're going to run a spy play here, so we'll have to see how aware Mafia is, and especially for the defensive team to do this. Oh, they're pushing in, though. They're pushing in despite having a spy. That's absolutely interesting. And they do find Nerfu, Paul Dog under point. So this fight, as it progresses, I feel like the spy might not even have impact. I feel like GlobalClan just won that 5v6.
Yeah, pretty much literally 5v6. I don't think Paul Dog even uncloaked. So, pretty shocking they're able to just flood in there. Just so much confidence from GlobalClan right now. And now in another good position to actually let Paul make his play now.
Yeah, Paul Dog's
here he goes. Gets it again.
Yeah.
Not able to recloak that time, but this time Paul Dog with the spy play gets the drop right there. Could be the end of the game, but as I say that, Mafia able to trade the kills back. Only 3 left on GlobalClan, so they're going to retreat, not going to be able to super advantage. And actually, I take it back. It actually has worked out quite well for the Mafia, able to just turn around this picks during sort of the chaos and get back mid.
Yeah, but Frog is the door. The Frog is the door. Everyone for GlobalClan has just flooded through. They haven't been stuffed. It's mid-fight 2.0, but it's Shamu going down first. Paul Dog as well. GlobalClan, they're the ones stuck on the high ground. This time it's not Mafia. Mafia standing tall on the high ground. They push them back, and with that, and with the midpoint being capped already, that's going to be 2 down. That means we can see Mafia try to push second. Let's see if they do. They don't try to push second, apparently. They don't like something about the situation, so we'll have to see how they try to break the stalemate.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see another off-class. The off-classes have had decent success so far, of course. I think GlobalClan's been a bit more aware of the spy shenanigans, but kind of hard to fault Mafia there. That was very weird spy timing. Not. Then again, you can also argue that you've seen a spy already. You should expect it no matter what. Nerfu just going straight on to Sin Karma, taking him down. Can be traded 1-for-1. It's going to give some windows for Mafia to continue to pressure every door. Paul Dog also going down at the same time, trading 1-for-1 as well. And still on Mafia to continue rolling this. Slug kind of just bombing in. Doesn't really have any support though. Just kind of takes some ammo mod. Get some good rockets, but not going to be enough really.
Oh my god, Shamu just got on Dinko? Almost got... No, they did get the force. Shamu just ran it down. Basically, sent a soldier in after and... Oh, dropped. Dank dropped Shamu. That not necessarily bad. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But with going down 3, it makes it a little difficult. Oh, they managed to trade it out for Nerfu. Now the Uber pop happens, but yeah, now there's not a scout. This is where you don't want to see the scout go down. If you end up popping with no scouts, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and it didn't look like they really even needed to. There was nothing really close to them at the same time. I don't know
Well,
whether it's staying in. It's just Sin Karma and Med, so they kind of just took it 2v4 and lost. Maybe turning around, actually got 2 picks out of it with the responders coming in though. Dinko also went down super low. Considering the circumstances, pretty not the best they could have made of that situation. GlobalClan, and actually probably able to get another 1v1 onto Necro. Just it seems like kind of when it comes down to these scrappy little DM fights after the initial barrage of trades back and forth, it just seems like GlobalClan's kind of winning all of these most of these the majority of these scrappy little DM fights at the end.
Yeah.
With 72 points right now, and with 71, 63, and 48 respectively for the scouts on Mafia right now. So we have some action back and forth. Dinko Uber comes out once again. Not ideally the Uber they wanted, but at the same time, once again 2 soldiers going down. Both soldiers dying on a lot of these plays for GlobalClan. They're getting the courses a lot, but losing a lot for it as well. But I don't know if Mafia's really been able to punish it so far, so maybe not really a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like Slug's bombing into a heavy, but almost kills Dank. And we have a taunt. Paul Dog just taunting. And guess what? It baited Necro into pushing. So, that's 3 down for Mafia. GlobalClan floods through the doors, and they see absolutely nothing because Mafia isn't here anymore. Mafia is on mid. They lost their chance to push last, it seems. Necro, Spy, 4th Spy play in 1 match. Have to wonder, will it be expected? What will happen of it? We will have to see. But it looks like GlobalClan continues their trend of just pushing mid on even. GlobalClan just pushes the doors unless they're holding last. And with that, it looks like they're taking control of the Tetris side. Necro gets Dank on the Spy.
Necro taking down Dank, the drop, and now just picks 1 by 1. The Uber comes out just to clean up. And pop the Uber soon enough. Should still have an ad once again. Pablo gonna go down here, I think. Actually, able to trade another kill somehow. Kind of a garbage time kill. Doesn't really affect anything in the grand scheme of things, I don't think. But nonetheless, still quite impressive he was able to make that happen somehow. But even then, still gonna be Mafia with the real value kills right there. Able to walk away from that skirmish. 40% Uber ad. So got a chance to get on the board, make the comeback start now.
Yeah, that is what I would say. Man, Dinko does have ad though, so this is Mafia's chance. It's their golden opportunity. It looks like it's going to be through dungeon as Demos is going to be leading the way with their combo scout jumping through, gun down immediately. They see the heavy weapons guy. Demos is jumping again into spawn, not shooting the heavy though. Get it at the end, frag's a frag, but Slug went down during this, so it's even player count. Demos does have the high ground here, but somehow Necro went down, and this Uber did not go the way of Mafia, and actually Loaf's behind, so on this retreat, they're down 3, and there's a soldier behind. This might go disastrously. Looks like Loaf is bombing into Frog, trying to get on this demo, maybe trying to cut off. And yeah, they're trying to cut them off in this doorway. The other soldier got in, Paul Dog, that is. They get Raven. Don't think this is over. There's no scouts yet, and so they do get the demo.
Another one. Bomb comes in.
Wait, they popped.
Chasing onto these players. Just a scout right now. Just moved through. Actually, kind of just Ubered onto a single scout at the end of the day. Not the best Uber in the world. Maybe just a little bit overzealous there. At the end of the day, able to get the picks, able to get mid. Not the end of the world, but are going to be down about 30% Uber ad, and also probably going to be able to get second. We're able to get onto the forward spawns, stopping Earl from getting out. We'll see, we have Slug Mundo kind of lurking in the forwards right here. We'll see if he's able to make something happen pretty shortly. But actually might be able to get a really good pinch here if GlobalClan overstays, since it is about 50 ad on side of Mafia. We'll see if they're going to take this. Of course, this is a match point for them if they lose this round right here. So actually opting to kind of just stay on last, it looks like. Not going to use that Uber ad. I feel like, I see the logic completely, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to say that with how well the sacks have been going on the last for GlobalClan, if it's really worth kind of relying on the total here. Loaf getting skybox pretty much, gonna go down, finally pistoled off by Necro. Flood finally making his play out of the forwards. Not able
They
to
got
get
the
anything. Actually,
force.
does get the force. So, patience well rewarded for selecting window right there. It's now, I assume, real push coming for Mafia. Bulldog in lobby, able to get some damage onto Nerfu. Almost straight a pick right there. Nerfu going down really low. Bulldog going through lower, might be able to flank around, just go for last, bring some eyes back. Not gonna live, not gonna get the back gap, but gonna buy some time. Maybe create some room for some chaos. Gonna give some time for Loaf to roll out on Spy. And possibly go for a back gap, or at least a stab, or go for something here.
No one checked the off classes for the side of Mafia. No one checked off class, even though resupply is right there. Loaf, Cloak and Dagger has a choice to make. Do they go for last? Do they go for the medic? They see last. They see there's a scout there, but they see the scout left. They can just go for last. They can scream at their team, stop the point, stop it. And
I think Nerfu
that's
might
exactly...
know, I think Nerfu knows he's jumping as fast as he can. Tier 6 jumper, is it enough? It's just, I couldn't tell what happened. Yeah, Nerfu just barely got there in time. I think fraction of a second as the block came in and then the cap. So almost put that game away with the spy play, but Nerfu with those tier 6 jumps, able to get back just in the nick of time. I can say I definitely would not have.
Control point is being captured.
Yeah, seems like that is what happened. So lucky, or perhaps smart by that soldier to go back, recognize what was happening in time. We now have Pablo on the engineer class. I believe they're going to be trying to hold it down. I don't know if we've seen even on last where this team, GlobalClan, was on defense, but either way, we are in that situation now. Looks like the hold's going to be slightly different. Dank and the gun are in slightly different spots. I do have to say I really like this gun spot. It does a good job denying soldier bombs. And I have to see what the counter sack and sacks are going to be. It feels like Mafia isn't sure what they want to do. They're finally in the alley side of things, but they run into the straight forward hold of 2 soldiers. They do send a bomb in, but again, I mean, like, what's that a single soldier bomb going to do?
Yeah, and big pencil air shot by Sankarma there, huge. Taking out Nerfu. And Loaf going for the little counter here, straight onto Dinko, just face to face with him, but just wasn't able to hit the rockets and quick enough to really do anything with that. If there's any support there, probably would have been a force, nonetheless. Gonna be once again actually losing both. Losing both soldiers, able to sack both. They seem very confident in Sankarma able to hold down these situations while the soldiers are down. Sankarma able to take down Necro. As we say that, Mafia able to use that window, to use the window, I suppose. Try to spam down the gun, not able to get anything. So 2 minutes left. Mafia to make a play happen here. This is probably the best opportunity they're going to get for a while. Best opportunity they've had this game. Aside from the, of course, the uber ad pushes. See what they're able to make of it. And once again, Necro going to the spy.
Yeah, just spy again. I feel like there's a couple seasons where people just always run spy. This seems to be one of them. In Viswatch, in through dungeon. No one's checked the off classes. No one looks like they're acting like there's a spy, but we're gonna have to see some pressure to make the spy play work, I would think. And it looks like, oh, there is a sniper. Pauldog is on sniper, and Nerfu kind of jumping around, trying to find the door to go through. But so far, I would honestly kind of expect a spy at this point. I haven't seen any pressure yet. Necro, yeah, gets taken down, but Sap the gun.
Yeah, it looked like they maybe went for a sap play, but just had nobody. It was just too slow to follow up on. Just nothing really there by the time Soldier went. So not able to do much, but Dame was able to get a crap there, equalize that pick, counter this aggression. Loaf behind though. They'll take a fight with Scout. Can he win? Shooting upper directs? Probably not. Good try though, nonetheless. And that's gonna be 2 down. Once again, as I've continued to say, GlobalClan just okay with losing both their soldiers, and compared to how GlobalClan's been able to pressure the doors, Mafia hasn't been able to do the same, quite the same, but this time they do flood into this top right, but just again aren't able to do anything. They're just not really any effective aggression. They're losing 3 there for the attempt.
And they're forced.
And
Yep.
forced at the same time.
And then you get a single kill off that force. Oh no, they lost one off of it.
Control point is being captured.
I mean, what is there to say? They're just not in a position anymore to win a round. They need to win a round, and I think they've shown GlobalClan is simply going to prevent Mafia from being able to win around here. GlobalClan is playing out of their minds. Sin Karma down, but Necro gets traded out, and it did not slow the side of GlobalClan down. They lose their demo, but you know, like it's like a Hydra. Another player just comes in from nowhere and salvages the situation. GlobalClan's pushing without a demo. They do have ad, of course, which helps.
Yeah, been finally kind of moving into the red zone here. Could be game right here. King 2, it's only gonna be about 30 out. It's gonna be a tight one, especially with how difficult the last pushes have been. So far, Mafia actually has been good on the last hold defense, able to rotate really well. And so far, GlobalClan not able to really get that initial pick, not able to get that initial cap bait to bring someone to get that initial pick, and they've just kind of just been able to flood out the other side, give them some something to rally around, and able to hold on to the last like that. And it looks like, yeah, just 30 out, they decide not to risk it. They've so far had decent success with success, sacks for the most part. And Loaf gonna come in, able to get past the gun, steal past the gun, trade a kill. Pablo also going down, but not able to get anything out of that. All in all, Slug able to get onto Sin Karma in the alleyway, and that could be a push attempt. I think Mafia has to take this opportunity. Bulldog gotta be very careful going around the alleyway side. Comes back onto Dinko. Oh, drop! Faked
Wow.
the back cap and then just came back. And just straight onto the med, just quick 2 rockets and a drop. Just, I mean, just kind of felt like maybe Mafia got caught sleeping a little bit. I mean, I know it's like, you know, looking at the time, it's just struck midnight, getting pretty late, and they've got a long way to claw back. Very easy to get a little bit complacent when matches go this long. Play for probably about 40 consecutive minutes at this point. So
Control point is being contested.
definitely easy to see fatigue possibly setting in right here, as just looks a little bit sloppy. And GlobalClan now with gigantic ad, slightly different sentry spot. Oz scatters him a little bit, able to get it down. No point time early, so still up to Mafia can just run around, but they don't have a heavy this time. Everybody's so low on the side of Mafia. And it looks like GlobalClan okay staying in here. Bulldog, yep, once again great soldier bomb synchronization from the 2 soldiers. Pushing all of Mafia into this corner. Bulldog going ammo mod on these guys. Just waddling, shooting rockets one after another. It's DM fight, nerf respawning. It's gonna be just finally. Looks like, you know, actually almost.
Sin Karma got 2.
Sin Karma almost clutches it out at the end.
Wait, he
Dank
got
not
the
gonna have
medic?
Oh, he got. I didn't even see that. Yeah, he took down Dinko doing all that. All by himself, right while his own med was retreating. That's gonna give him big ad again. And Low able to just win a quick 1v1 on the scout there. Just quick 2 rockets. Got ambushed, but able to turn around really well. So just all the momentum in favor of GlobalClan, kind of as it has been most of this game. Even in spite of kind of the low score. And this time, once again, gonna have a lot of ad to push with. Just much better blast push that time. That time, Mafia was able to walk out with a heavy, but nonetheless, we were able to just barely win that DM fight. But can they do it again, back to back? See, this looks like another right side Uber,
Left side.
or left side, excuse me. Sin Karma taking some damage early under the gun. This time they actually do get the cap time. That forces them to come to the point. Now it's gonna be a chaos for the point. A lot of skills traded back with heavy has to come. It's focused down quick, and that's exactly what GlobalClan, I think, in my opinion at least, needed for all these last pushes. Just able to just unflash someone quick enough, touch the cap, force, you know, Mafia to come to the cap instead of kind of regrouping around the heavy on the power positions. Instead, just kind of force it to be a party on the point. Classic stuff right there. And then, you know, as you can see, like how much the instant point pressure turned and just kind of broke the defense of the Mafia and put the game away. 4-0 in favor of GlobalClan.
Yeah, 4-0 in favor of GlobalClan. I think the game-winning play was at the end when Sin Karma got that kill. 97% was Dinko's Uber when Sin Karma got that kill. So I think that was enough for that last round. And yeah, GlobalClan looking like a potential dark horse this season. They might be able to take down one of the top teams, Witness, G6, or Froyo. They have a chance there. They are playing out of their minds.
Yeah, I mean, they have experienced players. You can't say they don't have experience. And like I said, kind of really the, that, you know, fourth slot really up for grabs. Of course, there's GlobalClan Ice also in contention. Going to be a very difficult match for them to or I believe they lost the first meeting with them, but still have another meeting with them later in the season. See what they're able to do. But yeah, anyone's ball game for that first slot. Still a lot of games left to play. Yep, and before we wrap this up, let's take a quick look at the logs here. Of course, as kind of people in chat were pointing out, Dank, amazing performance. Barely died, had one death for about 12 minutes, only 4 deaths that entire game. Dinko, on the other hand, with 13 deaths. Not terrible number given the length of the game, but compared to Dank, just huge difference there.
20 Urs to 13.
Yep. And then looking at the combo scouts, almost exactly the same stats in terms of kills, assists, and deaths. Raven 40, 22, and 18. Shamu 40, 23, and 18, getting 1 assist better, though a lot less damage nonetheless. But had the more important stat in rounds 1, of course. Paul Dog, had a monstrous game, 34, 31. Of course, also had that spy play. Pablo 26, 18. And then Sin Karma, not having like the craziest game, but still a pretty good game overall. But very normalish numbers. Still out damage other demo by about 70 damage per minute. So yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to say. It was 4-0, pretty decisively in favor of GlobalClan there. But really good performance by Raven, despite being on the losing team. Just think that and yeah, really impressive that Dank and GlobalClan are able to keep their meta alive so much compared to Dinko. On the other hand, they had 7 more Ubers and it took them 46 minutes to put it away. I mean, I think a lot of it just came down to some last pushes that, on one hand, pretty well played by Mafia. On the other hand, easier said than done. But I feel like if they were able to get just a little bit more cap pressure, just a little bit sooner, could have been much more like that last push and put the game away much quicker. But yeah, Delta, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think you covered that pretty well. The only thing that really stands out to me is I feel like Paul Dog was the biggest overperformer compared to their counterpart. So that'll have to be looked at later on in the season if that keeps up a trend.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, going positive on Soldier in 2025 or 2024, always good sign on your team, especially of course making a little off class plays here and there, made a big impact. But yeah, of course these teams have another meeting next later in the season, so don't count them out yet. But yeah, I think that's all we got for tonight. It was a bit of a long grind fest, but yeah, congratulations to GlobalClan, 4-0, and Mafia, for putting up a pretty good fight. Any final shout outs before we wrap up?
Shout out to our producer, Pika.
Yep, shout out to Pika, shout out to Fireside, shout out to Delta, shout out to Wild Rumpus for being here, letting me cast, thank you. And of course, shout out to all the teams to invite. Yeah, Anglerfish, Dallas Mavericks, I think anyone else. Of course, Phantom for writing some great articles this season, really appreciate that. And I think that's all I got for now. Thank you everyone for watching, of course. Shout out to you all, and good night.